I'll start off just opening up, letting everybody know we voted on captains yesterday. It was a players' vote. We got 5 captains this year. It's Buckner, Kenny Moore, Xavier, Quentin, and Daniel Jones will be our 5 captains this year that our team voted on. So excited for those guys. Ready to roll.
Along those lines, Daniel Jones been here 5 months, but obviously earning respect of his teammates, get the captaincy. I imagine that means something. So what have you seen from him from a leadership standpoint?
I think just the way he works. I think the guys see it every day. He's in here working, grinding, doing the right things all the time. And I think it draws a lot of respect from his teammates to get that vote. So it's a big honor to wear that C on your chest, and that's what the players voted on and what they think of him. So it's a tremendous honor to get that C.
When it comes to Daniel's edge, of course, for us he's subdued. I would imagine there's something there. So have you seen that come out of him since being here? Just that fiery competitor that I guess every football player probably has to have.
Yeah, I mean when he gets on that field, he's a competitor for sure. Very cerebral, really smart. The ball placement that he's been doing the last couple weeks and through training camp has been great. He's completing a lot of passes. The guys see that. And like I said, the work ethic carries a lot of weight with those guys in the locker room, and his fiery edge that he has on the field has been good.
Do you care about preseason stats?
I've never looked at them. What do you got?
You guys, I think, led the league in pass defense. Does that matter? That clearly doesn't matter to you, I guess.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of rotation going on in those situations, but it's a credit to really the backup guys. I mean, that says a lot for those guys, and what Lou's doing on defense. That's tremendous, and we need that to carry on through the season.
With Lou, what have you learned about maybe his coaching style, his philosophy, just anything about him over the last 7 or so months?
I think he's very demanding. He's demanding 24/7 on the guys. I see it on the practice fields. I see it in the meeting, the accountability he brings to that room. It doesn't matter if you're a DeForest Buckner or a first-year player. He's going to hold all those guys accountable. He's going to be aggressive with this scheme from day one and put those guys in position to make plays.
I'm sure that you and the staff have been looking at Miami for a long time, but how much work with the players have you, or when did you start working with the players in that regard?
Yeah, we're starting to dive into those guys this week with the players a little bit. Coaches, obviously, we've been diving in the last couple weeks and just getting the basis of it right now. First, second down stuff this week, and get into the third down and red zone, early next week.
The preseason stat thing, is that just because you view it as part of the larger training camp?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's all encompassing, the training camp, the preseason games. Like I said, I never put a lot of stuff into the stats for preseason stuff. I can't remember a lot of games in the preseason, to be completely honest. I think it's all about the season and where we go from there.
Do you expect to use Anthony at all, short yardage and some packages?
Look, we'll see. I want to make sure he crushes his new role and takes it in stride and does a hell of a job there. And so we'll see.
You didn't last year, I don't think, when Joe started those couple games.
Yeah.
Was that a similar line of thinking, or?
Yeah, I mean, every year is different, but like I said, I want him to crush his new role, be a pro every day, come in the building, work, and we'll see where it goes.
Shane, I know every year you guys want to make the playoffs, but how important is it to get back there this year?
It's huge. I mean, that's the goal, right? To get in the tournament and have a chance. But we're going to take it one day at a time. We're going to be process-driven this year. Our daily habits, our work ethic is going to play dividends, right? It's one day at a time. It's one meeting at a time. It's one practice at a time to get to where we want to go this year.
With your offense, I mean, you work on it, OTAs and camp and all that. In the 3 preseason games, how much of your offense did you show?
Not much. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of day one install stuff, just like I'm sure the defense is, same thing. I mean, it's pretty vanilla around the league in the preseason games. But you work on that stuff in training camp, and then obviously getting ready, for the real game.
Coach, in terms of linebacker depth, how are you feeling about that? And is there a role that you could see someone like Chet Muma playing? I understand you guys.
Yeah, obviously we're getting him in here shortly, and then we'll see when he gets in here, attack his role, whatever that may be when he gets in here. But feel good. Bocce and Xavier's been a staple here for a long time, and Cameron and Alubi. Those guys have done a hell of a job. So we'll get him in here and see where that goes.
You kind of reflect on the entire preseason. How did the competition at so many position groups, how did that benefit this team?
I think it's great. Anytime you can add competition in all areas of football, it raises the level of everyone's play. It raises the level of standards around the building all the time, because obviously guys are fighting for their jobs, you know what I mean? And obviously if there's someone going after your job, you know, that competition is going to raise the level of everyone around you. So it's been great to see. I'm pleased with where our team's at going into week 1.
What was your expectation from Xavier and Howard? I mean, you know, he hadn't played last year, and then compare what you expected maybe with what you have seen.
Yeah, I've been impressed with him. Obviously, he's been a first-team All-Pro guy. I think, you know, he's the only active player, I want to say, in the last decade with the most interceptions in the NFL. So he's a guy that can take the ball away, really smart player, knows route concepts. Like I said, he takes the ball away, and obviously he's got familiarity with loose defense. So obviously we're excited, you know, what he can bring to this table.
Does that speak to like instincts, the takeaway?
Yeah, no question. I think he's an instinctive player, and obviously with the reps that he's played over so many years and everything that he's gotten, he's seen so much. And I think those guys that have seen so much, obviously the game slows down a lot for him. So I'm excited for his opportunity with us.
Shane, AD described Daniels like demanding. Have you seen, in a good way, but have you seen that kind of manifest on the field a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's always little conversations ongoing on that practice field after a play, in the locker room, in the meeting rooms on certain things. After every play, you know, if something's off or something is right, you know, it's like, hey, that's how I want it. You know, that's where I need you at, or this is where I need you at. Those little conversations go a long way. Those are little details that are going to help us.
Shane, I have to ask also, Washington Post did a story on Mr. Ursay.
Yeah.
Colts released a statement. Any other comment on that?
I know that Ursay's released a statement on that, and I'll refer to that statement.
And when you do captains, do you have players pitch themselves as captain, like stand in front of the room or do anything, or do you simply say?
No, I kind of just lay out what a captain looks like. You know, first year I had Peyton Manning do a thing for the team about what it means to wear a C on your chest. Last year I had Reggie talk about what it means to be a captain and the honor. And then this year I just kind of laid out, you know, some guidelines of, you know, being a great communicator, respect to the football team, being a servant leader, putting the team before yourself, your work ethic, like all these things play into that captain role. And so when they voted on it, they took the top 5 guys, and that's what they went with.
Were they limited to 5 guys? Or
It was
could
the
you
top-
vote for
it was
as
the-
many guys
it was
as you want?
5 votes, top 5 guys got it. Yeah.
Did you feel like last year you had too many captains?
Yeah, I always look at it, I think this year's a new year, so I went with 5 captains.